Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fortress Comic News, episode 430. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host here, Mike. How super is your day, Mike?
It's a very super day, Chris. Thanks for asking. It's a super day because we're going to spoil Superman today, the movie. So a little bit later into the episode. So if you don't want that, you could probably just scroll to the interview. If you don't want us to spoil the movie. We do have Cullen Bunn on today. So the great and all and powerful Cullen Bunn got a lot of books out. He's got a horror novel coming out. So always a pleasure. Never enough time to talk to that busy guy, but it's
Gave
it's
me
awesome.
a bunch of new stuff to do, a new podcast to listen to.
Yep.
I think I bought 2 new books.
Yeah, I got to go get Sixth Gun after this. I found his other book in the library when we were talking. So yeah, just when I thought I got caught up on stuff to read, I was not.
Remember that part where Mike said he didn't read Sixth Gun because he just lets that bus hit me right in the back.
Yep, and
in the interview
because you did say both of us, and I was like, damn, you're the one that knows. I don't have it yet, but I will have it. Yeah, for sure. That is a book that's on my list. I didn't want to tell him that I'm reading through the Hellboy omnibus right now, so I don't think I'll get to Sixth Gun anytime soon. But yeah, that is a book on my list. So we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about quite a bit. We're going to talk about Superman quite a bit. Before that, we'll do a little bit of TV and movie news. Unless you want to you got anything else to add, or you want to?
No, it's been a busy week. It's been a hot week.
Hot and busy. Yeah,
I've been tired and busy. I went to see Superman, and then Friday night I went to go see MC Chris.
Oh,
so got out a little bit, but not a lot of time this week to do things. So
yeah, okay. All right, let's jump into it. There's a teaser for the new upcoming Disney Plus Hulu. We got the first look at Wonder Man. What do you think? I forgot Wonder Man was even coming out.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it doesn't show you much. I mean, We've already seen the stills of what he looks like.
Yeah,
it's not like we see him using any powers or anything special. It's just him kind of sitting and talking,
running around.
Like, I'll be there to watch it, but I think they just haven't shown a lot because they like to take things one show at a time. Now that Ironheart's done, I think this is the next show. I could be wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to ramp up, previews and everything for the next show here soon.
Yep.
I'm sure San Diego's coming up. We'll get a ton there. But yeah, this is kind of the first look. And honestly, I'm more excited about the King of the Hill stuff they're putting in there.
Yeah, new King of the Hill. Yeah, I'm excited for the Alien show. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that looks cool too. So I'll be there for it, but it didn't give me much. And I don't think most people are going to watch that and be like, ooh, I got to watch this Wonder Man show out of that.
It's just like a guy running around. Yeah. No suit or anything. Some really cool news with all the Fantastic Four stuff. On July 9th, Marvel teamed up with New York City to rename Delancey Street to Yancey Street / Jack Kirby Way. Delancey Street was where Jack the King Kirby grew up, and was the inspiration for Yancey Street in the comics. I saw that whole thing with his family in the reveal. I thought that was really awesome. The Fantastic Four symbol on the street. That's so cool that they did that.
Yeah, and I love that we're seeing. I mean, obviously, as comic fans, we've talked in depth about Stan Lee and how he kind of hogged the attention.
Yeah.
However you feel about that. But he's gotten his gold stars throughout his life and his career for what he did for the Marvel Universe. And it's great to see Jack get his for this one in particular. Because Ben Grimm is Jack Kirby, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's who the character is. So it was cool to see. I love seeing the family out there. I love just seeing the respect to Kirby. I mean, we don't call him the king for nothing.
Yeah, that was great to have them pay their dues and see the family involved and stuff.
Yeah.
Wall Street Journal reported that James Gunn and Peter Safran have big plans to expand the DCU moving forward. The report states that they plan to release 1 animated and 2 live-action movies per year, alongside multiple TV shows that will lead up to a Justice League movie down the line. What? Yeah, this is kind of the MO lately. I mean, we got an animated thing that was good. We got, I guess we had Peacemaker, but then we had the animated Creature Commandos, which was really good. Creature Commandos has some characters that are in Superman. next thing to come out, I think, is Supergirl.
Next thing to come out is Peacemaker
Season
2.
Peacemaker Season 2, then Supergirl as far as movies go. Yeah. And I mean, we'll talk about it more when we talk about Superman here in a second, but it just makes sense, right? I mean, this is the plan all along to expand.
Yeah, and it makes sense because DC's always been, while their movies weren't great for a long time, their animated movies were always really great.
Awesome, yeah.
And their TV shows were always pretty good. So to bring all that into one universe right away, that's one of the things I think the MCU early on failed at, was they never did animated movies to kind of give a little bit more context or do a little bit with some lesser known characters there. So that's the part of it that intrigues me. Like, there's going to be, that means there's more stuff that's in universe that you don't have to, you can do something that maybe won't succeed as well in live action. Like I don't even want to list a character, but a B-list character that maybe like, let's take a chance in animated, see how people feel about it, and then down the line we can do something.
Yeah, he could appear in a movie at some point.
Yeah, and I don't think it's too much. It really depends how many shows they do.
Yeah.
I think 2 movies, basically 3 movies a year was what the MCU was doing early on, and it was great. 3 to 4. Just don't do what the MCU is doing right now.
Yeah,
like,
don't be pumping them up.
That.
Yeah, right. Don't just start throwing stuff out.
Yeah, give me like 1 or 2 shows a year to like bridge the gaps of things. So
yeah, that would be the right way to approach it.
But the funny thing to me was everybody being like, it's leading to a Justice League movie. I'm like, did we not think that's what we were?
Yeah, did we not? Yeah, what did we think was gonna? Which is perfect time to talk about Superman. So we're gonna give you 10 seconds here. We're gonna talk about Superman in 10 seconds, and if you don't want to have it spoiled, I suggest just hop into the interview cut we do, and we'll go from there. So I think it's been about 10 seconds. So now we're gonna talk about Superman. Holy crap! I came out of the movie. Initially, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I didn't have that many faults. The only faults I had were I wanted more of it. Initially, off the bat, Chris, no origin story. We got 4 lines of text at the start of the movie. I bet you were happy about that. No origin, right?
Yes, because James Gunn came out.
And then he came out and said something about origin stories.
Yeah, and let me pull it up because I reposted it because it's the correct opinion.
He said Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, or you don't need to see Spider-Man bitten by a spider, something like that.
I don't need to see pearls in a black alley when Batman's parents are killed. I don't need to see the radioactive spider biting Spider-Man.
Yep.
I don't need to see baby Kal-El coming from Krypton in a little baby rocket. I'm like, that's correct. Whenever we like to make fun of me, or you like to make fun of me with the whole origin story thing.
No.
But my opinion has always been like, there's these big properties, and those are the big 3. Right
yeah,
there.
For sure. You don't
need to ever see them again.
Right.
They're fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was happy right off the bat with that.
The little tidbits of like, so I don't know how they hid Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga as Superman's parents, but the reveal there was absolutely awesome. Just the fun stuff that James Gunn does.
So yeah, right off the bat there, the guy who plays Superman is a big Eagles fan, and so is Bradley Cooper. So now Kal-El and Jor-El are both Eagles fans.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Chris, that's why Chris loved the movie. I mean, what would you give it out of 10? You really enjoyed it, I think, right?
8 or 9.
Yeah.
I'm in that range.
I think overall had a lot of heart. The conversations, I mean, one of my favorite parts of the movie, and we'll hit the high notes. One of my favorite parts of the movie was the conversation he had with his dad on the bench outside the house.
Yeah.
About parenting. And we're in a Superman movie, but that was one of my favorite moments was that conversation right there. That is Pa Kent. Like, the mom is funny, she's a country mom, and I did realize, like, in the movie, there's a lot of kids and stuff, but the first like makeout session with Lois Lane, people were like, oh, like, I don't think they knew how to react in the theater because they're like, do I cover my kid's eyes? She's like straddling Clark Kent right now. But come on, these kids see worse on the internet today, folks. Like, you'll be all right.
You give them the internet and they can see donkey shows for free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, chill out. The Jimmy Olsen being a thirst trap was hilarious. Like, Clark Kent walks by, and then all the girls in the office are like staring at Jimmy Olsen. I thought that was so funny. Like that was a fun change to the character. You know, the initial fight off the bat, we see Lex Luthor coming in, doing his stuff. Like he's fighting, but using a way for him to use his mind to fight rather than fighting Superman in a suit himself was really cool. Was a really cool twist. Like James Gunn did a lot of different twists and turns. Like, you know, the movie starts off, Superman lost a fight. And I can't help but notice, and I don't know if you saw this on like Rick and Morty, they had a James Gunn and Zack Snyder, there was a skit they did about Superman. And all I could think is like the start of the movie, Superman lands in the snow and he's defeated. And it's like, do you bleed? Yeah, he's bleeding.
Yeah.
He does bleed. The cast of characters overall, like Mr. Terrific, I think stole the show. What a character I really didn't care so much about, made him so cool.
And a character I did not expect them to have be such a lead character.
Yeah.
I thought Guy Gardner was going to be a lead character, not Mr. Terrific.
Which is cool because he kind of got redeemed. He was in a Marvel movie or something early on, or was cast for something early on, but now he got his dues of like being on the big screen. That's what I read about that guy, and I don't remember what he was in for Marvel.
I'll look it up while you're
yeah. But he was great. I think, you know, the start of the movie where it's just like a week in the life of Superman. It's not this big overarching plot. You know, Lex Luthor is going to end up destroying Metropolis because he's an idiot. Well, he's not an idiot, but he even says like, "I hate you, Superman." Like he's pathetic. He just hates Superman. Did you find the movie or no?
No, I'm still looking.
Oh, okay. But I think Crypto was great. There wasn't too much Crypto. I thought Crypto looked really good. The Fortress was cool. I thought the Fortress of Solitude was really awesome. Overall, it felt like you were reading like a Silver Age comic book. Like it felt like this felt like one of the most true and real like comic books come to life. I don't know how James Gunn has that, how he does that, but you know, he's just like the god of making comic book movies, I guess. I don't know, but I think that overall was awesome. If you can't find it, it's no big deal. Yeah.
I don't see on his IMDb anything Marvel.
Yeah,
DC.
he might have been casted for something that never happened or something. Like
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I'll have to look.
I wonder if he was a part of the Snyderverse or something.
Yeah, something happened to him in a comic thing, and it fell through. But dude was a great actor. That's the one thing I think James Gunn does a great job of, grabbing no-name actors and putting them in the movies. Like I don't know how you felt about all the actors, but I thought like Superman, Lois, everybody was really good. I thought everybody hit their beats pretty much.
Yeah, I liked all the characters. I liked Lois's like. I like the idea of Lois being the character who pursued her career.
Yes.
And like had that punk rock. They even like have a conversation about punk rock and which I loved, attitude, but realizing that she can break that guard and not have to be that hard, cynical person to give herself to this relationship. Because when we initially thought that the relationship was going to be much further along when we were talking about leading up to this movie, it's still like
still
within the first
early
year of them dating. So yeah,
James Gunn's just
he was in a X-Men First Class as one of the younger mutants. That's probably why he's not. And it's Eddie Gathegi.
Okay. Yeah. I think he was really. Someone had said he was good in that movie, and to see him like in a main role now is like awesome to see that. He really stole the show.
Yeah, he was Young Mutant Darwin, which was like a very B.
Yeah,
honestly, like a Z-list character in that.
Well, that's what James Gunn does, though. I mean, we see all the salaries coming out about these characters. You know, these like silver screen people. Besides Lex Luthor, but like he gives them a chance and he casts them and can make like this epic movie for less money because he's got these actors that are really good. Just nobody has seen them on a big screen yet.
Yeah.
Like,
and for me, the moment that the movie was solidified for me, is, and it's a joke amongst us and like my friend group, but it's when Superman saves the squirrel.
Yeah.
Anyone doesn't know, I just love squirrels.
Right.
But it was also like that whole scene where the Justice Gang shows up and they kill the kaiju. And Superman the entire time is trying to find a way to get the kaiju away from Metropolis and save it, because he has this idea that it's not.
He must protect life at all costs.
Yeah, and it gave two things. It showed that there's a difference between Superman and the other heroes, where the other heroes in this story are willing to kill that monster to save people, where Superman wants to save everybody.
Right.
And it even comes down to him, as the kaiju's about to step on a squirrel, he saves the squirrel from the kaiju.
Right.
It showed that this is a Superman with that ideal and that gleam of hope that he's supposed to have.
Yep.
And that was
agreed.
Like my favorite moment.
Yeah, that was great. When there was a kaiju in this movie, so I was really happy about that. Yeah. But even just the wonky shit of like Lex Luthor's like, oh, I got a distraction for that. He just has a kaiju in a car, like that comic booky. How are we going to distract him? Oh, Lex has a kaiju. Lex having a pocket dimension that he has all these people locked up in. It is like such a comic book thing. Don't need to explain the pocket dimension. I'm pretty sure he has a white Martian, driving him around. Don't even mention the white Martian. Just like little comic book things that, and then we get to see the Element Man and his whole struggle and stuff, which. They made him so cool. Like the few things that he does, and I almost knew what was going to happen in the jail cell. I'm like, wait, he's the Element Man. He can make like a small fusion reactor, probably in his arms, and make a small sun. And like having them right then in the movie, I'm like, oh shit! Like, I thought Superman was great. I thought Lois Lane was great. I thought them together, their chemistry was amazing. Them chatting and like while the Justice Gang is fighting a dimensional imp in the background is like, this is just every day in Metropolis. Like when we read the comics, shit happens every day, like the Peacemaker reveal when he's on the talk show talking about Superman.
Him and the Maxwell Lord
cameos were amazing. Yes. And I think the Justice Gang was amazing. Let's talk about them for being in the Hall of Justice, seeing the Hall of Justice. I missed the reveal. Apparently, when we get a glimpse of the Hall of Justice, there's a portrait of the JSA. I missed it. I didn't see it my first view. So now I got to rewatch and look for that, Chris, because I was so upset that I missed that. The Guy Gardner. So, we have the Justice Gang consist of Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl, and I think all of them together had so much chemistry. I think Nathan Fillion was born to play Guy Gardner. I think that was like every scene he was in was so funny. The middle fingers, like when he was like, and the stuff he conjures is just so funny. Oh my god. And the haircut too. He's like 300 something women love this haircut. Hot Girl was badass. That was the girl from Last of Us. She's really badass.
She was. I'm going to ask you later about any complaints, but her screeching.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah, that was wonky.
It was funny once.
Yeah,
on like the fourth or fifth time, I was
like, oh,
right.
this is her MO. Yeah, that was the only thing I was like, oh, this is a little weird. She was badass, but yeah, I'm excited to see more Guy Gardner, in the Lantern show, because we do know he's going to show up for it. Yeah. We don't know how much, but just seeing the constructs, right? Just so casually, like, oh, he puts a muzzle on the kaiju, stuff like that, like.
The mittens on the kaiju.
The mittens on the kaiju. He's like, well, I got oven mittens on him. And Lex Luthor, I think it was the perfect combination of like kind of cheesy, like the original Superman movies, and then he just like shoots a guy in front of Superman, which was insane. Like, that's where like this dude's a psychopath. I think
as a whole, like the whole movie presents itself like a comic book or a cartoon come to life.
Yes, right,
like
correct. Yeah.
If you watch the old animated series Superman, it feels like that.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yep. They captured that quite a bit. And I mean, yeah, of course we're going to get a Justice League movie. They're already hanging out in the Hall of Justice.
They already showed Gotham. I don't know
oh
if you
yeah,
caught that part.
No, I didn't see that. When did they show Gotham?
So when the dimensional rift is opening and swallowing the Earth, because that's how they're going to draw out Superman.
Yeah.
The exit. Well, as the people are leaving, there's an exit for Gotham.
Oh.
And so I guess Gunn said in this world that Gotham and Metropolis are actually fairly close to each other.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So it's like a Boston, New York City kind of thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the dimensional rift thing. I mean, the pocket dimension. Because James Gunn usually does one of those every movie. The whole fight scene with Mr. Terrific and inside putting Lois in the bubble was awesome. I guess we could talk about Ultraman. So the reveal for Ultraman was crazy because it's like, we think it's Ultraman. Everybody knows Ultraman is evil Superman. We almost knew that it was going to be a clone, right? The clone ends up not being a Bizarro clone, but almost more like Connor Kent from Young Justice.
So that was going to be another one of my complaints. Was I felt like I saw that coming a mile away. I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the show.
Right.
We thought it was going to be Bizarro.
Right. But doing like Connor Kent would be interesting if he comes back, but I mean it's the same actor, so I don't think he would ever come back. But
no, and they threw him into a black hole.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the thing too. Is he going to survive the black hole? Like, does he come back?
Yeah.
As a cyborg Superman.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, now these are the things I'm thinking because he gets thrown in a black hole, but I was like, nobody ever said this is a black hole. Maybe there's if he's a clone of Superman, if there's a yellow sun when he comes out the other side of the black hole,
or if that black hole leads to the Bizarro universe,
right,
and he deforms into Bizarro
and becomes Bizarro, it gets like the square planet.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to talk about is you got Jor-El and
well, real quick before we get off Ultraman, I enjoyed that whole reveal, even though I kind of saw it coming. My only complaint, and I was trying to describe it to Sam on the way home, is that it doesn't fully cut it off because they could twist their way around it, but it kind of cuts off the idea of doing the crime syndicate.
That's the only thing. That was my downs. Like hearing Ultraman got me so excited, but like knowing that there won't be a crime syndicate.
Yeah, and I was almost hoping, but then as soon as I saw he was like controlling him, I go, well, it's not that Ultraman.
No.
So it was that was like one of the moments where I was kind of like, oh, it sucks, but I was enjoying the movie so much that
there was so much other stuff that it was like.
It's just a down the line thing. Like, that means when we get to Justice League, it's not going to be Justice League versus Crime Syndicate.
Right. Which you never know. I mean, maybe he used the name Ultraman because he's, I don't know, got a glimpse of him before, but, the Superman's parents thing. Now everybody is harping on like the second part of the message it's like a Vulturmite thing, like from Invincible, right? He was sent there to rule over them. I don't think that's entirely true. So we see everybody on Earth, and Earth's technology says, oh, it's definitely not doctored. It's not doctored. It's not fake. But we know a couple otherworldly entities that could doctor footage, like Brainiac, maybe. Like, did Brainiac get a hold of the footage? Brother Eye. Like, there's a couple other things that we could get into here to be like, yeah, our technology on Earth couldn't detect it, but what if Brainiac did that as like a social experiment to try to get him to take over Earth for him, or something like that?
I really hope that's true, because that's one of the things I don't like, the idea of turning Jor-El into Omni-Man. Yeah,
which I didn't care for that either, but I could see the potential for them to make that into a good story in Superman 2, right?
It's so easy to explain away. Like, I mean, in a world of deep fakes, we all would understand that. So, like I said, there's little things throughout the movie I could pick apart. Yeah. And that and the Ultraman thing are the two probably biggest ones, but they don't take away from the overall of the movie.
No, and I think like that would be a great lead into Brainiac for the second movie. if you make the second movie about like Superman trying to figure out why his parent, like looking more into Krypton and what happened, kind of thing. I think it would be amazing.
Can
How
I
about
tell you?
yeah?
Can I tell you probably my biggest complaint though? And I
Yeah.
think I'm the only person on the internet who has this complaint.
Uh-huh.
So one of the things that did get spoiled for me,
Okay,
was the interdimensional monkeys on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that, and I remember I heard it, and I'm like, that's so dumb and so petty that there's no way he does it.
Yeah.
Well, he does it.
I thought it was hilarious.
And I rolled my eyes at the moment because it's James Gunn being petty about what happened to him, and like you didn't need to do it. And I
didn't take it
was
as
so
that.
cringe to me. Oh, it is. It's 100% what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's off Twitter because of all this stuff. Like, he talks about how he hates social media and like trolls and stuff. It was him throwing shade at those people. And
I just love
those people deserve some shade. I'm like,
Right.
And the thing is, if you don't pay attention to this stuff, which is 99% of the people that go see this movie,
it was great.
you just fly past it.
Yeah.
For me,
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, from my viewing moment, I'm just like, I can't believe you did that, dude. Like, just get over it.
I mean, I think Twitter is a cesspool no matter what, but I think it was the whole super shit.
I think social media. I don't even say Twitter anymore.
Social media sucks.
Because I found where Blue Sky is too.
Yeah. Super shit was great. The super shit. Well, if somebody grabbed something from Peacemaker season 1, did you see that where Peacemaker says something about like Superman shit his costume or something like that? I forgot what he said. Yeah, and it like goes back to Peacemaker. It was like a really funny callback to Peacemaker season 1. I mean, it was funny. It's just like Lex Luthor I thought was really good overall. Like that was the probably most out of context thing or like out of character thing. But this like
what, the monkeys?
Yeah, the monkeys is probably
I think it fit into what Luthor's plan was, because he was he's basically trying to make people
defame
not
him.
like Superman.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I rolled my eyes at it. But it's literally half a second, everybody. So it's not.
And everybody else like seemed to think that was a hilarious part of the movie.
Well, I'm gonna say most people don't know the context of it.
Yeah,
I would say, like I said, 99% of people don't know the context of it.
I think overall, my like biggest gripes were probably the Jor-El thing, but I think that can be fixed later. I wanted to see more. I wanted a longer movie, but like there was so much that happened. It was a jam-packed movie for 2 hours. Every dialogue between characters was amazing. Yeah.
I'll say I didn't want a longer movie. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, maybe it was just the perfect amount.
Just in a world where everything's like 3 hours, or like a series that goes on 10 hours, I'm like 2 hours in and out.
I could see him releasing a director's cut or something with a little bit like extended
Please
stuff.
Don't.
Yeah. Oh, release the Gunn cut.
The Gun cut.
Here we go.
And I gotta listen to that shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good way to start off. And I think for me and my sensibilities, the thing, and you've kind of explained it through our entire conversation of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does so perfectly is it just throws you into the story.
Yep.
And you as the viewer just have to catch up.
Yeah.
And for me, I think those are the best kinds of movies, especially in this realm.
Right.
And even comics, like
right.
Just because we know these characters and we can quickly catch up, and then we can get enthralled in the story and not have to worry about the context for the story, the origin story, to get into it. So, yeah, this is a Superman that's been around for a little while. He's been doing things, and we've come across him at his darkest moment so far. And now he has to come through it. And, yeah, all my complaints, like the monkey thing will never show up again, so whatever.
Yeah.
The Jor-El thing can easily be explained out.
Yep.
I'm not even thinking of any other complaints I just had, but
Crypto, what'd you think of Crypto?
The Crypto's fine.
Yeah.
He's cute, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't like the idea that he wasn't trained.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my other complaint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supergirl.
Oh, really?
Supergirl showing up and just being like a party brat that goes to other planets to get drunk.
Well, if you read the Tom King run,
Well, I don't read Tom King books, so
yeah. It's pretty good. I will say that one's pretty good.
Is that happen in that book?
That's like the start of the run. So she's like going around to planets and like now that she's like kind of just traveling worlds and is kind of like down and out. It's not like she's just partying everywhere. She's just kind of like, it's like a, I don't know what character to describe her as. Just like she doesn't really give a shit kind of thing. She's not very responsible. Yeah,
but I didn't like that. But we'll see how that leads into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird just to see Supergirl showing up hungover, probably half in the bag still.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure people will be upset about that.
Yeah, but once again, I'll complain about it now, but I'll go see the movie when it comes out and make that judgment upon the character when I see it.
Her showing up was a cool reveal. I mean, just having that reveal at the end. Any other big
knowing
reveals?
we have a super family.
Yeah. And it was kind of funny because he hinted, he's like, well, it's not my dog. I'm babysitting. And I was like, oh shit, are we going to see Supergirl this movie? So that was cool to hear him say that. No other really callbacks to any other. Well, there was things like James Gunn at the title credits said like gods and monsters and all this, all this stuff to make the comic book fans go, oh my god.
That's been the phase 1 title.
Mm-hmm.
So
right. And we got to see Max Lord at the end of the movie, so we know I think he's going to be a big part of the Justice League overall villain, and so I guess we'll see. But
my current prediction, this will shift as we see more of the DCU, is that the Justice League movie is going to be this big thing where we got more of the traditional Justice League members.
Yep.
And then the members we saw in this movie of the Justice Gang.
Right.
And they will have a splinter where they will create a more traditional JLI.
Yeah, there'll be a Justice League International for sure, yeah.
Because the characters they put in there hint towards the JLI, but also like Hawkgirl would be more Justice League.
Yeah.
So...
And also,
he's building towards that.
They do go international in the movie, right? They go to the other country. Like, they make that choice. They make that choice to become international in the movie. So so that's cool.
And I'll say this too, just to anybody out there, because there's always this conversation around anything that comes out ever. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it ever got political.
No.
Mm-mm. And I think
the
only thing political you could say, and I think when people talk about these things, cutting personal politics as opposed to like international politics, was the whole Superman interferes with two countries about to go to war.
Right.
Like, that's the most political thing in the movie.
Yeah.
So if that was for some reason your like drawing point, like it's going to be whatever, it's not in there.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
So
it creates good conflict, and also it wasn't a world scale event. It was just Metropolis, this movie, Yeah.
And
it was just Metropolis. Yeah.
That was the other thing. At the end of the day, Mike, Lex Luthor's plan was still a real estate scheme.
It was. Yeah, that's true.
That was the other thing about it.
Yeah, that was true. Yep. I really don't have, other than like the stuff we talked about. I thought it was overall great. I'm excited. I thought his Clark Kent was great. His Clark Kent versus Superman.
I would like to see more.
Yeah. Yeah, did you like the interview with him and Lois? I thought that scene was great. I got a lot of laughs in the theater.
Yeah.
The conversation, just the banter between the two.
My favorite non-Superman scene, though, was when the Jor-El tape comes out and you see the Daily Planet and they just go into full reporter mode for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it was the cartoon. It's like every reporter show you've ever seen. It was awesome. And the cast there was great. So.
Yeah, the cast... Overall, I mean, James Gunn, that's like his strong point, like knowing comic books and the cast, and even like, Alan Tudyk. We got some other like other people from Guardians doing robot voices too. Like we had the girl with the antennas from Guardians. She did one of the voices, and then we had Merle. We had Michael Rooker doing one of the voices of the robots. But then Alan Tudyk. We have K2SO4 doing, what he does best, robot voices. What a great movie. I think it's a fun movie. It has a lot of heart. It's a great summertime movie. And I'll probably end up seeing it at least one more time before Fantastic Four comes out. First steps. That's That's my.
If for some reason you listen to all this and you haven't watched it, go check it out.
Check it out. It's fun. It's just fun. It's fun, and it's got heart, and that's what we wanted on a Superman movie so badly.
Yeah, and if you like the Guardians movies, it just has that same feel.
That's what I told people at work. They're like, "What do you think?" I said, "Did you like Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, then go see it." That's what I told them. Did you like Guardians? Yes. Oh, I love that movie. Then go see this. Yeah. I don't see it at the head of the notes here, but I did see something about. Did you see from San Diego forward, DC is going to be pushing the whole 100 years of Batman thing, like going into, I think 2030. There's going to be like a big push for that because the character does go into. Or goes out of out of copyright into copyright, something like that. They don't lose ownership of Batman, but
it becomes a public domain.
Public domain, yeah. They talked about how they're gonna like be pushing the big celebration or something, but that's like 5 years out, right?
Yeah, it's 2035.
2035.
And they'll lose rights to Batman and Superman.
Yeah. Yep. Which is kind of crazy that it's happening in our lifetime.
What's crazy is it hasn't already happened.
Yeah, that's
because
true. Yeah.
That's not how the law was supposed to work, but that's a whole another conversation.
Yeah. So they said, "Oh, we're going to be a big push for like the celebration." It's like, okay. So we'll wait and see. I'm sure they'll have a lot of comic books out. So maybe they'll announce something at San Diego.
I'll be very keyed on that date now because, dude, that means DC doesn't lose the rights in that they can't make Batman, Superman stuff.
Right.
They still can. It's just that anybody can now.
So is Marvel going to immediately have Batman show up in their book?
I don't know if Marvel will do it.
There's going to be so many Kickstarters.
Oh yeah, dude. There's already people planning out their Kickstarters.
I'm sure. It's going to be crazy.
Like,
Batman and Oz. Cthulhu versus Batman.
Batman versus Steamboat Willie.
Oh my god. Batman versus
What I can't wait for, because I'm assuming that Kickstarter is going to change, is when we get the Batman Not Safe for Work title.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, I cannot wait. The cheesecake cover with the bat nipples. Hell yeah. All right. Sorry, Chris was taking a drink when I said that. You almost spit it out.
Fucking bat nipples. I didn't think about that.
Bat nipples are back, baby. That's what we gotta wait. We gotta wait 10 years, but it'll be worth it finally.
Oh man.
Oh god. Marvel announced the X-Men line is having a crossover starting this October called Age of Revelation. Man, I thought we were done with X-Books. And we'll get a 0 issue today as you're listening to this from writer Jed MacKay and artist Humberto Ramos. It officially starts in October with X-Men Age of Revelation Overture number 1 from writer Jed MacKay and artist Ryan Stegman, followed by all the X-Men titles being relaunched as new series, as well as some non-mutant Marvel titles being part of the event. 16 series overall. Wow. The air rises, the resistance ignites. X years from today. Okay. The Revelation territory stretched from Atlantic to Mississippi, a mutant utopia ruled by the era of apocalypse, but beneath the surface, rebellion brews. As a ragtag X-Men team strikes from the shadows, Revelation faces threats from within. It all begins here, the dawn of Age of Revelation. So, an X-Men book for all books.
So, this is the 30th anniversary of Age of Apocalypse. So, if you look at it, it's very Age of Apocalypse coded.
For sure.
Just real quick, because I didn't want to go through every creative team for every book, because we'd be here all night.
Yeah.
But, to anyone out there, the books are going to be, after Overture 1 comes out, it's going to be Amazing X-Men, Unbreakable X-Men, Binary, Cloak and Dagger, Long Shots, Omega Kids, Sinisters 6, Undeadpool, Experiate X-Men, The Last Wolverine, Iron Frost.
Oh boy.
Laura McKinney, Sabretooth, Radioactive Spider-Man, Rogue Storm, X-Vengers, and then X-Men Book of Revelation.
Wow.
I might check it out just because it's going to be hitting Avengers stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a like company-wide crossover, and I traditionally buy all the company-wide crossovers.
Yeah.
But I can't say I'm super excited about it. I think some of the designs are cool. Like Armor's new look is dope. Wolverine having an adamantium face mask or whatever's going on there is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll have to wait to see more design. I'm sure, as with going to be a conversation all the rest of the show, San Diego Comic-Con's in a few weeks. I'm sure we're going to get a ton about this, and we'll see more then.
So the title's Iron and Frost. So it's going to be
Iron and Frost?
Yeah, because I didn't see the little and symbol, because I was like, who's Iron? I was like, Iron Frost is going to be Iron Fist, but have Frost, or Frost is going to be Iron Fist, but Iron and Frost. But, yeah. So that's the one I'll be interested in out of all these, I think.
I mean, I'll get X-Vendors.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably get the Overture and see what's all. I mean, if I can get, because Age of Revelations #0 hits today as you're listening to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no solicitation for it. I even was at my comic shop over the weekend, and he didn't even have a email saying he was getting any. So I don't know how they're getting it in the shops, but I mean, if you see it, get it. If you want it.
Marvel announced the next Imperial War one-shot with Imperial Guardians from writer Dan Abnett and Corey Smith. As the events of Imperial explode in fatal fashion, the Super Skrull finds himself at the center of a seditious scheme with consequences that will be felt by the entire cosmos. He's not the only superpower looking for answers, and an unlikely team is on the hunt to avert disaster before the Galactic Order is lost for good. So, yeah. Are you reading this Imperial War stuff?
Yeah, because I'm reading Imperial, so I'll check this all out. It's funny that this is how they're going to introduce Darkhawk into the Galactic Marvel.
Oh, okay.
So a bunch of 90s kids are real excited.
Yeah. They're like, it's finally my time.
It's also funny to me that we're doing a big cosmic Marvel event, so we got to get Dan Abnett involved somehow.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, Super Skrull is always cool. I liked when they took him away from the Fantastic Four and made him a cosmic person.
Mm-hmm.
I think it worked better for that character. But yeah, when you look at the cover, that is definitely Cosmic Ghost Rider sitting in there. I feel like that's Captain Marvel in the front. So it seems like a new Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be formed from this.
Nice.
So I'll be here to check it out.
This one's interesting. Image and Skybound announced a new G.I. Joe one-shot titled Cold Slither from writer Tim Seeley and artist Juan Cabal. Tune up your air guitar and turn off your free will. The greatest band ever unites to rock and roll the world. I had no idea about this. Discover this true story, or at least a widely biased version of what happened to Cold Slither through the eyes of the band themselves, who are definitely not the Dreadnoks in Eyeliner promise. But as Cobra's topping the charts and dominating the world, can G.I. Joe stop them before the final encore? Get ready for a comic book so loud, even sonic earplugs won't save you. So it looks like a Cobra hair metal band book, which looks wild.
It looks like the boys' version of Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But what I will say is they have a guitarist in the band, so I'm here for it.
Yeah, it looks pretty dope. I feel like this is one of the ways Cobra's trying to get world domination. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. So
that looks wild. Not a book I would expect.
It sounds cool, but I'm trade waiting all the G.I. Joe stuff, so we'll see if it ever gets collected and anything.
Speaking of trade waiting, Mad Cave just went straight to one, a new original graphic novel titled Socrates, The Trial of a Philosopher, from writer Francesco Barilli and artist Alessandro Rangiaschi. Athens, 399 BC. And what may be remembered as the first trial for crimes of opinion, Socrates is sentenced to death, accused of corrupting youth with atheistic doctrines. The philosopher's line of defense and uncompromising and defiant. He is thus sentenced to drink hemlock by even a larger majority of jurors, and once in prison, awaiting execution, he refuses to flee, lest he violate those laws to which he has been devoted. Socrates is not only one of the best known and most influential philosophers in human history, but also the first martyr for his own ideas. His trial tells how the greatest democracy of time could have sentenced the best of its citizens to death. So we have a history comic here, folks. I believe somewhat nonfiction, but not something I'll be checking out. But that is cool that they're getting into this at Mad Cave. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'll check it out just to see what it is. More than anything. I like history. I'm not really a philosophy guy.
I'm a philosophy
per se.
guy. It is a whole graphic novel, so I guess that's yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just check out and see what it is, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good on that. It's something different,
Yeah, Mad Cave's
Like,
still killing it.
yeah.
Um, Again, Mad Cave announced a new series titled Wild Animals from Ed Brisson, artist Andy Kuhn. Neil's life has been falling apart ever since his father was killed by crooked cops. 15 years later, his mother lays on the deathbed and is stuck, and he's stuck in a dead-end job, has nowhere to live, and no hope to speak of. Life keeps kicking Neil, and he keeps taking it, too frightened to fight back, until now. With the world crumbling around him, Neil finds himself backed into a corner with no choice to make a stand and right the wrongs that have haunted him for years. Revenge is a dangerous path to walk, and deeper Neil goes, the more he realizes that violence is all-consuming. Perfect for fans of gritty crime thrillers like Criminal and Parker. Brisson and Kuhn deliver a hard-hitting, high-stakes story that pulls no punches. So we got a crime noir book, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean,
Ed
Criminal
Brisson.
Parker. Of course, I'm here for it.
Yes.
I think it sounds interesting. I
Right.
want to see nothing in that description really gets me the
Yeah.
crime thriller vibe.
No, it's weird. He's like holding the hammer on the. Maybe he's like killing people because he's mad.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I'll probably pick this one up. I just want to point out, I think it's funny that on Mad Cave's website, they use the same picture for Ed Brisson and Andy Kuhn.
Oh, did they? I didn't see that part. Wow, it's the same guy. It's just his. It's his pen name.
Yeah, they must have figured out that Dan Moore cloning technology.
Yeah, they must have. One more thing for Mad Cave here. They announced a new original graphic novel titled Midstate from writer Lee Luridge and artist Matt Chatter. When Paul Rinaldi sleeps, he sees things, but after the precarious career as a small-town clairvoyant dissolves under claims of fraud, he becomes a laughingstock of the small town of Fort Arlington, Virginia. The fact is, Rinaldi is wildly gifted, only furthering his frustrations as a middle-aged mystic, but a string of missing persons case coupled with terrifying visions gives Rinaldi new purpose. Rinaldi teams up with the town's rookie detective, Abigail Dallin. To solve cases using psychic abilities together, they'll get to the bottom of things or die trying. So another investigative crime noir, but this one looks like a mindfuck of a comic. The art looks very jarring.
I was just gonna say the preview pages that they put up were possibly the worst thing they could have put up.
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, it's just black and white swatch.
Yeah, I respect this if it was in the middle of the book and I was reading through it. But when I look at preview pages, and I'm pretty confident saying that most people feel this way.
Yeah,
I'm looking to see what the art looks like, and this gives me nothing.
Yeah, there's not even a character here. Yeah, that's kind of tough.
So
yeah, if that's most of it, then I don't see the appeal there really.
But I couldn't believe it. That would be most of it. But
yeah, that is weird to show off your art with that.
Yeah, so we'll see. But another graphic. They seem to be doing more original graphic novels.
Yeah,
which I'm finding interesting.
They get probably more outreach. They get to sell in Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. I've been seeing their stuff pop up. All right, let's talk about what I read this week.
Because I did not read anything this week, everybody. That might be a first for the show, but
it's all good. Still read a few. I read Godzilla versus Thor. That was a great issue.
Actually, real quick, Mike, I forgot to show this when we were talking about Superman, but I got.
You did buy it.
Popcorn bucket.
Nice. Oh, he's so cute.
Little guy.
That's awesome.
I should say my girlfriend bought this for me because
really?
looking at it and then she bought
it. I didn't end up buying it. I was like, man, I don't know. I wanted one though.
I almost bought the Superman punching through the phone booth one.
That one was awesome. Yeah. So Godzilla versus Thor, I read. I thought it was really cool. The God Killer Godzilla was sick. Yeah. That was really cool. And then like them fighting for an eternity after they're dead, I think was sick. Like that was probably the best Godzilla issue crossover so far.
Definitely.
I read the Fantastic Four First Steps book. I think it was a solid first issue. They're fighting against Mole Man. We get a glimpse of them initially after they get their powers and how they push for more science and use of their powers. The funniest part of the book to me is the ads. It's a lot of like Johnny Storm ads. And like, you can be part of the Johnny Storm fan club, and it's like pictures of the actual actors like in the movie. So that was kind of funny. So a lot of like fun little stuff with the old school comic ads. And then I read Fantastic Four #1 because there was 2 Fantastic Four #1s. This is a great issue. It kind of like comes in and says, they come in and they're like, oh, we're gonna challenge you, Doom, finally, because Doom's been doing this whole thing, and it was just a plot device for Doom to blast them to different timelines. So the Fantastic Four gets split up, sent to different timelines. But they have this safeguard in place where they meet at this rock that's been around, like this stone that's been around for an eternity. And so like what they all do is they meet at the rock, they write their whatever timeline they're in, and that's how somebody gets them all back home to where they need to be, whether it's Reed or whoever. But what happens is Sue is supposed to grab them all, but she ends up in a post-apocalyptic future, and there isn't a stone there for her to bring everybody back where everybody else has found their stone. So that's kind of where the issue leaves off. So it's really cool. They're all in different timelines. Ben Grimm's fighting dinosaurs. I think Mr. Fantastic is like in the Middle Ages, and Johnny is like early like volcanic era. So like it was interesting like science with him because there wasn't enough oxygen in the planet's atmosphere for him to like flame on that easily. So that was kind of cool. It was like an interesting issue.
You bought it digitally, right?
Yeah.
So if you went to the comic shop and bought the first issue, if you had a good comic shop,
yeah,
Marvel was giving away Fantastic Four pins, and it was the original designs of the 4 Fantastic Four and Galactus.
Oh shit! Really?
And I almost bought a copy of it just to get those pins.
That's so cool. Aquaman #9. So they get to this old Atlantis. So they call it Old Atlantis, but what we find out is like, Aquaman, wherever he was, there was a big time jump and he didn't experience it. So everybody's older in Atlantis, and he meets like Mera, who's like old and dying, sapped of her power. He meets his daughters like grown up, and then Dagon shows up to fight. I don't know if it's real or not still, like it could, to like age everybody like that, those main characters, is a pretty significant plot thing to do. So we'll see what comes of it. But Gotham by Gaslight Justice League, Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice #1. This is kind of what I wanted out of when we had the Kryptonian Age book. So they kind of had to have the Kryptonian Age book to kind of like get establishment for the characters. But I thought it was a great issue. All the heroes that were in that book meet up. They meet Superman, who's like saving villains from attacking the town, and they're all going after Superman's spaceship, and so is Lex Luthor. He's going after it too. And what happens is like Batman gets a hold of Superman and finds the kryptonite, but they're all at the point now, the whole Justice League like work together, and they're like they need to sit down and talk. But then Luthor shows up on this train that turns into this giant mechanized like steampunk robot and is like coming for them. So it's wild. It's awesome. It's like steampunk Justice League stuff. It's a really good issue. They did a great job with it. Funny though, there's 2 issues this week where Superman puts out a fire with a water tower. So it happens in that one, and it also happens in Action 1088. We're getting Mark Waid doing what was the book, Archie, but with Superman. So we're getting Superman in high school.
Yeah, it's Superboy stuff, right?
Yeah, Superboy stuff. So it's basically it's when he was younger, like first getting his powers. So like we see how Ma and Pa Kent like, okay, you can go out and use your powers a little bit if you want. And so he comes back, and so it's like he comes and like puts out a fire at the high school. We find out that his high school teacher knows something about him being Superman. He's like, okay, I want to speak to the person in the costume. So he shows up at the house. His teacher in high school shows up at the Kent house and is like, I want to talk to you. So I think it's a good series so far. Space Ghost 12. Yeah. Great issue. Space Ghost fighting the whole League of Doom villains. They leave him on the planet because it's like blowing up. And apparently the monkey they steal is the key for like RoboCorp to do mind control on all the citizens. So they start like activating that. Space Ghost is good. Just read it.
Yeah.
Here There Be Aliens #2. invasion of Earth with the Zillions happens. They bring in these smaller Hedoras, like these like slime-like monsters, to take over humans. And we get a little bit of change of the history that the War of the Worlds was actually like hinting at the Zillions invading with Godzilla and stuff. And we get a lot more of like assassinations through history, and they're all targeted, like Abraham Lincoln and stuff. They're all people part of the Kaiju Society. So great issue. It's like Area 51 mixed with like Godzilla, and they mix it all together. So
yeah, I gotta read it. I love that first issue.
Yeah, and then Absolute Superman 9. Superman gets healed by a father box, not a mother box. But his AI that's like controlling him warns him to not get healed by it. But he also said when he got healed, he got a glimpse of the apocalypse world. He thought it was a post-apocalyptic world of Earth, but what we know it as, he definitely saw apocalypse. We hear about Joker, and this might be the first tie to another Absolute comic. They reference Joker being like the wealthiest, richest guy in the world, and like runs all this other stuff. So that's like the first tie we see to Batman, which was interesting. So they refer to the Joker as like this rich philanthropist guy, and that was interesting. So Olsen, who's part of the Omega team, gets captured and is being interrogated by Lois, but you can see that Lois wants just information on Superman and not for the people that she works for. And then Superman's struggling working with Omega because they just start killing everybody, because the Peacemakers are bad people, the Omega are bad people, and Superman just doesn't want to kill anyone. So he's like struggling with working with them. But that's all I got to this week, Chris.
All right. Well.
And I finished the first omnibus of Hellboy. I'm on the second one. The first one really establishes everything. The second one is more of like one-shots, which I really love. They're like one-shot adventures with Hellboy, which is like really what I wanted out of the Hellboy book. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, like I didn't read anything, so that's all I read this week too.
Nice.
Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter/X. Where can they find you and or the show?
You can find me on X or any other social media network at Fortress Chris. Also at chriscomicscorner.substack.com. You can sign up my newsletter there. And then you can find the show on X and other social media networks at Fortress Pod or at fortressofcomicnews.com. If you want to support the show, best ways to do it are to like, subscribe, share, comment down below in the YouTube version if you're watching that. Or if you're listening to this on your audio podcast, use the subscribe button to follow the show so you get every episode. Give us the 5-star reviews and all that fun stuff. And if you want to go the extra mile, there's patreon.com/fortresscomics. Thank you all so much for watching and or listening this week, and I will see you all here next week.